What's going on, everybody? TRAE4PAY back in the building, coming at you guys. Part 2 of the Chris Watts interrogation. I do believe this is the one where he finally confesses what he did to his family. This is where he does the polygraph test, so the truth is gonna be out. Like, he's definitely gonna fail it. But before we begin, I do have to say, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. A few of you in the comments told me that Daryl Brooks and Chris Watts are actually in the same prison. Yo, I wonder if they've like interacted with each other. I'm pretty sure they have, like, at least in some ways have like seen each other, or that'd be weird. Some of y'all are talking about they might be cellmates and stuff. That'd be crazy. Couple narcissists crammed into a cell together pretty much would make each other suffer, which is exactly what they deserve. And I do want to take some time to say thank you all so much for the love and support. It is an overwhelming amount and I really appreciate it. Without further ado, I don't want to make this intro too long. Let's go ahead and get into it. This man is not going home after this.
We'll figure out how to communicate.
He is not going home.
Okay. Yeah. I've been getting text messages from like a lot of news places.
Okay.
I don't know really, like.
You know, I think that's part of maybe what we game plan today.
I mean, not just here, like today's show. Or I don't like know what to do with that.
Well, I think that you certainly can do whatever you need to or want to do. But I think that after we knock this out, we get back to the team and we make a plan.
Yeah, so I've been getting different like advice, like as far as like her mom says, like if it's a kidnapping, then she said not to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But like I'm like torn of what to do.
Well,
her mom told you not to talk?
Yeah, her mom's saying, because she was advised by someone like police or a detective there that like if he talks to the media, it might.
Oh, to the media. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were talking about to the police.
Oh no, no, like just the media in general.
Yeah.
Like,
he was kind of trying to insinuate that at first. He was trying to like find some way not to do this, because you know he is stressed out beyond like anything he has ever experienced right now, which is good. Like he's crammed between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't know if he should just like, because I'm sure he wants to say, hey, can I just get an attorney so like I don't have to do this, but then that makes him look even more guilty, you know what I mean? So now he just wants to do this to continue this look as if like he didn't do anything. But the truth is gonna come out. You'll see.
More America's trying to get a hold of me, my parents, friends. So I just
sometimes we release details that maybe the public
they want
doesn't
details
know.
from me.
I know. So
and
that's
why I'm like I don't
want
want to impede with what's going on here and put the things out, because I've watched enough shows that say like, all right, don't put things out there before the police.
Because then you don't know if somebody really knows or if they just saw it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. I think while you're doing this, it's going to be completely okay to ignore your phone and the media and everyone, right?
Okay.
So let's get this out of the way. I think it'll really clear your mind a little bit, right?
All right.
So why don't we put a halt on the phone, on texting people, on Good Morning America, all those stuff.
I haven't responded to any of them.
Let's focus on this. Yeah. Let's focus on this. Let's knock it out, and then let's talk.
Okay.
All right?
Good Morning America reached out to
I'll go
him.
get you when we're done.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
I had no idea.
Ring your Chris?
They were talking to the
Yeah,
killer.
I know. I'll explain what that is here in a little bit, but you don't have to worry. It's not on or anything right now. It's not gonna buzz you or anything.
I've never done this before.
I know. A lot of people haven't had polygraphs before. It's not like a normal thing that people go through. A lot of people, like obviously in law enforcement and places like that, they have to go through polygraphs for their job. But other than that, most people never take a polygraph in their entire life. So.
Yes,
some people have to do it for their job.
Yeah. So how are you feeling today?
I'm sick to my stomach, honestly. Like, the first day I thought, okay, she was just somewhere.
Sure.
And after yesterday, all the activity at my house, I didn't know, it went to the other extreme. I've just been like sick to my stomach that either somebody has her or she's in trouble and the kids are not safe either.
Right. Well, and I think that's totally awesome that you're here today. I mean, I commend you. We do this in all of our missing person cases, so don't think that we're just singling you out like, oh my gosh, they want me to take a polygraph. Anytime, someone was the last person to see people or, it's a missing person case, we start from the inside and we work out. I mean, that's pretty much what we do. So I've done polygraphs on the Jessica Ridgway case. I don't know if you were here for that.
The name sounds familiar.
The girl that went missing in Westminster and
okay.
that, yeah. And then just the one that we had in Thornton last year or the year before. So we do this all the time, so please don't think that you're being singled out. Like, this is one way that, if you didn't have anything to do with it, that we can let the investigators know, the people that really
she is a
need to know, that
seasoned
are
veteran
looking for your wife and your little girls, to let them know, like, you know what, don't focus on Chris, focus over here, because obviously we've already cleared him, he's good to go. Now focus on the real person that did something to this, you know,
Okay.
to Shanann and little girls. So,
Okay.
okay. So I am, my name is Tammy. If you can call me Tammy, I'm an agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. So it's a CBI. It's kind of like the FBI, but for Colorado.
Okay.
So what our role is, just so you know, is anytime a law enforcement agency or a district attorney's office or the governor needs assistance with a case, they can call the CBI to come out and assist them.
Okay.
So obviously in this, you know, type of case, they're calling in all the resources that they can, which includes me, who works out of the Denver office, and I also do polygraphs. So they asked me if I would be willing to come here and chat with you and hopefully get you cleared up and on your way, because
Okay.
it sounds like that's what you're here for, and
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
awesome, because that's mostly what people want to do is like, dude, you're looking at the wrong person. Like, I just want to show you I had nothing to do with this, and then you guys can get on your way and,
Yeah.
you know, do your investigation somewhere else. So,
Okay.
because that helps us.
You
'cause
got
then
the
we
right
don't have to
person,
keep
that's for
focusing on
sure.
Chris. Does that make sense to
Thanks,
you?
yeah.
Okay. This polygraph today is going to be recorded.
Okay.
Obviously, it would be dumb if I didn't, because what if at the end I said you said whatever and you really didn't say it? Obviously, they could go back and look at the recording. There's a camera right there. And there's also a backup digital recording that I'm doing.
Okay.
It fails me the second I try and trust it always fails me. So, so you said that your cell phone, is it off right now?
And what?
That would be great, because we can't have anything like buzzing, vibrating, ringing, that kind of stuff. So,
I wish so badly that there was like a forward-facing camera, like right here. I'm pointing as if you guys can see me, like right here, and it's just pointing straight at his face, because you know this dude. Because like I said in the last video, you can't see the quality is not the clearest, but you know this dude is so stressed right now. He's just wearing it all over his face. I wish I could see it.
this will take at least a couple hours to do the polygraph, just because it's a real structured type of interview process. I have to go through a bunch of things with you. You're going to get the same polygraph that I gave someone last week. So it's very structured, and we go, in order and that kind of stuff, and you're going to know the wording to all of the questions I'm going to ask you on the test before we even take the polygraph. So don't, a lot of people come in here and they think, oh, they're just going to, attach all these components to me and then just start asking me random questions that I've never heard before, and of course I'm going to react to that. That's not at all how polygraph works. And
That's what I thought it worked.
yeah, you're actually going to probably know more about polygraphs than anyone before you leave here today, just because I explain everything to you and how everything works, okay? Obviously, you're probably nervous about taking today's test. Honestly, I would think something is wrong with you if you weren't nervous about coming in here to take a polygraph. Yeah. Even if people are like, I don't have anything to hide, it is nerve-wracking.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I have taken tons of polygraphs, obviously, in my training. I went to 10 weeks for training. I've been a polygrapher for about 5 years. I went to the best school in the country. So I want you to have confidence in the fact that if you had nothing to do with this disappearance, like, we're going to find that out today, okay? I have the best training that they offer in the United States. We use the most validated testing, the way I'm going to ask you the questions. So believe me, if you had nothing to do with this, I will be able to show them that today, okay? So that should give you some confidence that, this is how, you're going to be cleared today if you had nothing to do with it.
His heart
okay?
just sunk to his stomach.
There's actually only, nervousness or anxiety cannot cause you to fail a polygraph. A lot of people think that too, that if they're really nervous that it could cause them to fail. If that were the case, no one would be allowed to take polygraphs, because every single person is nervous or anxious about taking the polygraph, okay?
I thought that's how it worked.
On nervousness?
Yeah.
No. There's actually only 2 ways you can fail a polygraph, okay?
Okay.
The first way would be if you fail to follow my instructions. I'm going to give you a lot of instructions today about how to sit still, how to answer questions, things like that. So if you fail to follow those instructions, you will not pass today's test, okay? The second way would be if you choose to lie to me today.
Okay.
Lie to me today, okay? Obviously, this is about 100% truth. Even if there's, something that you didn't tell the investigators, since Monday, I guess, is when you the police were involved. if there's something that you didn't tell them since Monday, like, that is totally fine. Like, I get it, you know, people aren't gonna remember every single detail every time they talk to someone. As long as you tell me what the truth is today, you will have no problem with passing, okay? I promise you that. And obviously, I mean, I hope that, you know, if you did have something to do with their disappearance, it would be really stupid for you to come in and take a polygraph today.
Exactly.
Right? Like, it would be really dumb. Like, you should not be here right now sitting in this chair if you had anything to do with Shanann and the little girl's disappearance. Okay? Okay. And it's Celeste and Bella, is that right?
Yeah, I'll call her CC too.
CC, okay.
If that comes up.
Okay, perfect. So,
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing because I'm looking at him. I'm sorry, it's thundering and stuff right now, y'all. I hope everybody's staying safe because it's a storm and everything going on. But I'm laughing because I know the comments that she's making. His heart is sinking to his stomach every time. That's
so,
the
and I
only
know
thing
very
that's making me chuckle.
very small amount about the case.
Okay.
Just because I want to know less about the case, because I want you to be able to tell me about the case. I don't want to have some preconceived notions about the case, and that's why I don't want you to assume that I already know details because you told Detective so-and-so, you know, that kind of stuff. I want you to be able to tell me like you were telling someone for the very first time about what happened when we get into actually talking about what happened, okay? Obviously, Chris, you are not under arrest. I have no plans on arresting you. At any point today, if you decide you want to leave, the door is right there. There is it locks us in here.
Oh, no, yeah, I saw that last night.
So there's a key in there now, so you can, if you just turn the key, it lets you out, okay? And at any point today, even after all these components are attached to you, if you decide at that point, you know what, I don't want to take this polygraph, I don't want to be here, this is BS, whatever, that is completely fine. Just please allow me to unattach my components before you drag my $6,000 instrument on the floor and run out of here. And there's kind of a little maze back here, so I will show you the way out at any point if you decide, you know what, I don't want to take this polygraph, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this. That is completely fine. The door does have to be shut for privacy just because noise does affect the polygraph. And I will read you your rights today, and that's just because the polygraph components are pretty restrictive. You know, they go around your chest and stuff, and you may feel at some point that you're not free to leave, but like I said before, at any point I will unattach all the components and show you the way out if you decide, even in the middle of the polygraph if you don't want to continue to take it, okay? So, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to give you kind of a roadmap of where we're going to go today, just so you know what to expect and that kind of stuff, okay? So we're going to first start by going over a rights and consent form, and that's that Miranda rights form. I'm sure you've heard of it. You know, you hear it on TV shows constantly. Most kids can recite their Miranda rights. We're going to go over that, and again, it's just so that you know you're free to leave and that you're not under arrest, okay? And then we're going to do a consent form, and that's just something that's required by my bosses to say that you're actually consenting to the CDI doing a polygraph on you, okay? After that, we do a biographical and a medical form, and that's basically to make sure that you're a suitable subject to take the actual polygraph. I want to make sure that you didn't smoke, you know, 10 bowls of weed, you know, the night before. I wish that didn't normally happen, but a lot of people smoke drugs before they come in here because they're really nervous and they're trying to calm themselves down. Some people take a lot of medication. Some people hear voices. All of those things are things that I cannot conduct a polygraph on someone if they have those things going on. So I just need to make sure that none of that stuff is affecting you. You seem very lucid, you're talking to me, you're making sense, you know, you're not jittery, you're not moving around, that kind of stuff. So I don't think we're going to have any issues, but I want to vet all of that out and just kind of, you know, make sure that you had enough sleep and you're not, I mean, obviously no one's getting a lot of sleep. Probably since Monday, but just so we can talk about all of that, okay?
Sure.
And then after that, we're going to discuss the issue of why you're here. Okay, I want to know everything you know, and again, I don't want you to assume that I already know something. I want you to kind of start from the beginning and like telling someone, maybe, you know, a friend that you hadn't talked to since any of this has happened, and you're basically having to relay all of the details of exactly what happened with Shanann and the girls, okay? And then after that, we're actually going to take a bathroom break. I'm going to let you take a break, you can use the bathroom, get something to drink. That water there is for you if you need that at any point today. And then you're going to come back in here, I'm going to explain to you how and why the polygraph works. Again, you're probably going to know more about polygraph than you even care to know before you leave here. I'm going to explain how it works, and then we're going to go over the questions that are going to be on the test. And like I said before, you're going to know the words to every single question. So it's not that and we're going to discuss that even before we even take the polygraph, like what those questions mean, and just so you are completely clear in your mind when Tammy asked me this question, this is exactly what she means, this is exactly what she's asking, and this is the answer that I have for that question. So we're going to go over those. I let you practice answering them like 2 or 3 times, and then we'll go through them repeatedly if you need me to go over them 4 or 5 times, just, before we actually take the test. I'm more than happy to do that too. I want you very comfortable with the questions and that you know what they mean and how you're going to answer them, okay? After that, we're going to go, we're actually going to do a practice test. And again, that just lets me know that you're a suitable subject to take the actual polygraph. And then after that, we actually get into the actual testing. So that's why it takes a long time, is because there is a pretty big process that goes along with it. Okay. Yeah.
Yo, this is pretty interesting. So I actually thought that's how a lie detector test worked as well. I've never taken one, but I thought it had to do with the amount of stress you feel like every time they ask a certain question. So if they ask you something that you're definitely guilty of, then your heart rate would spike or something like that. Like, that's just the way I thought it worked, but that's interesting to know that it's not. Or I'm not sure if she's just telling him that to make him feel more, to make him more truthful. But I'll definitely look it up. That's
so
basically how that
you're not
is.
working today, right?
No,
Do you have a date that you're going back to work?
not at the moment.
No. How long have you worked for Anadarko?
January 2015.
So,
About 3.5 years, almost.
yeah. Do you like it there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I worked for Covenant Testing Technologies before that.
What is
And
that?
That's a contract company for oil and gas. And
Oh, okay.
before that, I worked for Ford for 11 years.
I'm gonna skip through this part. He's talking about like his work history and all this stuff, because I just want to hear the test, really.
So the first thing that we're going to put on, Chris, is, these are called pneumograph tubes.
Okay.
The blue one's going to go kind of down by your belly. The silver
Polygraph
one goes
time.
a little higher underneath your armpits, okay? These are going to measure involuntary movements in your chest cavity during the test, okay? So what I need you to do is put your hands together like you're diving in a swimming pool. Put your wrist on top of your head. On top of your head.
Sorry.
That's okay. And then just lean forward slightly so your back's off the back of the chair. Perfect. I'm going to try not to laugh you in the face. And if at any time like this feels too tight or whatever, just let me know, okay? And I can adjust it for you. Pretty skinny though, so I want to make sure it's not going to fall down too far. And put your hands up. I'm going to do the silver one.
Somebody in the comments mentioned that
Feel like it's too tight, or does it feel okay?
Okay.
Okay.
his motive for killing them was he didn't want to pay child support.
The next thing we use,
After leaving his
you can put
family.
your hands down,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Chris is a blood pressure cuff.
Sickest thing.
This is the same kind of blood pressure.
And I had an
blood
idea
pressure
that's
cuff you would
probably
find in
what
a
it
doctor's
was, too.
office. Obviously, they're trying to get your blood pressure when you're in there. I use this to measure the rate of blood flow through your body during the test. And we've actually found it's much more, we get a much better reading if we put it on your calf instead of your arm. So are you okay if we put it on your calf? So just go and put that leg just straight up in the air for me. Go ahead and put it down. The only thing about doing it on the calf is we just have to make sure we don't step on it and it doesn't rub against the back, which I think you'll be fine. And just make sure we don't step on the cord, okay? And then the last thing we use, these are called electrodermal activity plates. In layman's terms, they're just going to measure your sweat gland activity during the test, okay? And that's why I need your arm. Maybe, let me just scoot you back just a tad, so. Good one, okay. Just go ahead and spread your fingers out for me. You can put them up just a little bit. There you go. Did you know we use these?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I use this.
Right. That's usually all people see. Sometimes the blood pressure is off.
But I had an idea that's why he did it, but how sick do you have to be to actually go through with that stuff? You know what I mean? And then in the comment section on one of these Crime Vault videos, the last one, someone revealed to me, or not revealed to me, but they just put in the comment section that he used to put like medicine in his wife's drinks so she would have like a miscarriage or something like that. He's treated his family as a toy that he was just bored of using, pretty much. Like, how do you go out here, you get a wife, you have kids, and now you're just tired of them? Okay, time to erase them. Like, that's the mentality this dude has, and like, I can't even understand that. Like, okay, so, and even this part I don't get, but he don't love his family anymore, right? So, but those are human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like, so your mentality is, I don't want that human being over there anymore, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I don't know how this works.
And with these, like during the test, the important thing about those is that we just want to just kind of leave your hand kind of dead on the table. We don't want to push down, we don't want to pull up, anything like that. So you're just going to be completely flat on the table and just kind of let your arm go limp and your hand go limp, okay? During the testing.
Okay.
Right now you can move around, you can put it in your lap, whatever, it's not going to hurt it.
Yeah.
Do you want some more water?
That'll be okay right now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be good. What's the map for?
I actually need my
The map.
water. I don't know
That's
where
the
it
one.
is.
Oh, sorry. We're going to discuss that. So
Okay.
that's a motion sensor, Matt. What that does is obviously detect motion and movement in your body. So that's how important it will be that you remain completely still during the testing. If you move your little toe, I mean, as you know, it's lifting weights and stuff, everything happens from your core. You move your little toe, obviously it's going to register on my seat pad. So it's very, very sensitive.
Wow.
So that's how important it's going to be that you remain completely still.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll probably get in the best position I can right now, I'm not like all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your feet just flat when you can get it. So we're going to go over a
I can
practice
breathe
test.
like this, like I can breathe and everything's good?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, we're good. I just want to make sure.
Here's what it's kind of sideways, actually. Oops, can you try not to suck in a little bit. There we go. It's kind of cockeyed there. A little bit better for your shirt. Is that too tight now? Or is that okay?
It's tighter, but
It was too loose before, but
yeah, we're good.
You sure?
Yeah, it's tight, but it's good.
Okay. So we're going to go over a pre-test now.
Okay.
And then I'll explain how I need you to sit still and all that, and then we'll get into the actual testing, okay?
Alright.
So this is what we call a directed lie practice test, okay? And I'm going to move my chair over here. So obviously a directed lie practice test kind of gives you an indication that I probably want you to lie on the practice test, right? I don't want you to lie yet. I will tell you at that point that I want you to lie, okay?
Okay.
How many numbers do you see on this piece of paper?
4,
Which one's missing?
3.
I want you to write the number 3 on the line where it's missing, okay?
Okay.
And you can use your right or your left hand. Are you right-handed or
Yeah.
left-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay.
I'll just.
That's pretty good.
I
Okay.
got my time.
So this is the directed lie practice test. So what that means is I'm going to ask you if you wrote every single number on this piece of paper, okay?
Okay.
I want you to be truthful to all the numbers, but I want you to lie when I ask you if you wrote the number 3. Because
Okay.
you really did write the number 3, but I want you to say no, that you did not. I want you to lie to me, okay?
Okay.
So let's practice that. Regarding that number you wrote on the piece of paper, did you write the number 1?
No.
Did you write the number 2?
No.
Good. Did you write the number 3?
Yes. No, I didn't.
No. You're lying to that one.
Okay, I didn't write.
That's okay. All right, did you write the number 4?
No.
Did you write the number 5?
No.
Okay, so let's do that, try that one more time, okay? Regarding the number on the piece of paper, did you write the number 1?
No.
Did you write the number 2?
No.
Did you write the number 3?
No.
Good. Did you write the number 4?
No.
Did you write the number 5?
No.
Good. So in essence, you're saying no to every single number that I asked you about if you wrote, but obviously you're lying when you say you didn't write the number 3 because we just both watched you write the number 3, okay? Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
Okay, so during the testing, I'm going to leave this right here. You need to look in the area of this clipboard. You can't look side to side, up, down, wherever Chris wants to look. You don't have to fixate on the number 3, but you're going to be looking basically in this general area right here, okay? You do have to remain completely still. There's no coughing, belching, sneezing, sniffling, anything like that during the test, okay?
Just breathing.
What's that?
Just breathing.
Just, yes. I need you to breathe, so it keeps you alive, yes. So, you need to remain, a lot of people are like, well, I didn't know how to be still like a statue. You pretty much have to be still like a statue. Like I said, it's for very short periods of time.
Okay.
I will, if for some reason I have to give you an instruction during the test, like maybe you're moving your little finger and you don't even notice it because it's kind of like a little thing that you're doing and you don't really realize you're doing it, just fix whatever I've asked you to fix and do not go, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, do not apologize, do not move, do not do anything. I'll know already that you feel horrible about what you just did. I just don't need you to acknowledge it, okay? I just need you to actually fix whatever I asked you to fix. Like, see, you just picked up your finger over there. If I say don't move your finger, I don't need you to go, I'm so sorry, and you know, that kind of stuff.
Involuntary, sorry.
Exactly. So, and that's totally fine. I'm just saying, if I point something out like that, just stop doing whatever I'm asking you to do, okay? Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
During the test, you cannot look at me. I will be staring at you just to make sure all the components are staying where they're supposed to. I know it feels super creepy to have someone staring at you when you can't stare back.
No, that's fine.
But that's just kind of the name of the game today.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, like, I'll try not to sneeze or burp or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or laugh or anything like this right here, so.
Can you put your whole hand on the table? Is that okay for you? Does that cause you any?
No, I just
trouble?
want to make sure they can get in that way.
Yeah, no, you're good. If you could just stick your whole hand on there just so I could see it, that'd be perfect. There is no talking during the test. The only talking you to do is to say yes or no. Sometimes people have a problem. Can you look at me right now?
Oh, sorry, I'm just
no,
practicing.
you're
practicing.
you're like in the zone.
I'm practicing, sorry.
That's okay. So when I ask you a question and
He's
a lot of
practicing
people
so
have,
he can try to
you know,
lie.
automatic reaction go yes, no. They move their head.
Yeah.
So just be conscious about the fact that your whole body, including your head, needs to be completely still. The only movement that's actually going to happen from your body is your mouth to open to say yes or no. But your head should stay still. So so if I tell you, you know, if I have to give you an instruction like stop nodding your head or something like that, just stop and just open your mouth and say the word instead of moving your head.
Am I the only one that as she's giving these instructions, I just caught myself doing this. I'm like sitting still and trying to like stare in one place. If you watch back what I was just doing, I was doing
Okay,
it
that makes
just
sense. And I'm
I
know
not even
most
taking
people
a
don't
test.
do that on purpose, and they're not realizing that they're doing it until I point it out to them. So if I do that, just see if you can fix that for me, okay?
Okay.
There is no air in your cuff right now. I will over-inflate your cuff when we start. It will feel like your leg's going to fall off for just a brief second.
Okay.
And then I let almost all the air out, and I pump it up about halfway. And that just gets all the air bubbles out for me and gives me a nice clean reading on the chart, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
That's it.
Okay, so make sure that, also that I ask the question in its entirety before you answer.
Okay.
Especially with the numbers, people already know what number's coming next, so sometimes I'll say, did you write the number? No. And they cut me off. There has to be a delineation between the time I end the question and the time you answer, so just make sure that you're not doing that for me, okay?
Okay.
So give me 1 second, I have to make a file name here.
That's so creepy. He's looking up at the camera or something. That's, I guess that's gonna be a thumbnail.
Give me your birthday one more time.
5/16/85.
So I will tell you when the test is is going to begin, and then I will tell you when the test is going to end. Don't move in between that time, and then I will tell you at the end when it's okay for you to move around and relax, okay?
Okay.
So just stay completely like you are until I tell you that it's okay, okay?
Okay.
Don't bother you?
No, I'm
Hanging
just
over
trying to
there?
keep, I'm like stressing my fingers out.
Yeah, don't, just, like, seriously, just kind of like your hand is on your lap, just lay your hand right there.
Okay. They'd allow just, they need to be at least flat though, right?
I mean, it just, like, lay on the table.
Alright.
So, do they not, would they not normally be touching?
Well, it's just like, I don't know, it's fine.
Okay. And again, you're gonna be looking straight ahead. And just make sure you don't move, okay?
Okay.
I can't tell if he's trembling right now or if it's it might be the quality of the video. I think it's just the quality.
The test is about to begin. Please remain still. Regarding what number you wrote on the piece of paper, did you write the number 1?
No.
Did you write the number 2?
No.
Did you write the number 3?
No.
Did you write the number 4?
No.
Did you write the number 5?
No.
This portion of the test is complete. Please remain still while I take the instrument out of operation. Okay, you can relax. How'd you feel?
Terrified.
You did great.
That was,
You remembered to lie and everything. That was awesome.
that was,
So,
Yeah.
you obviously are a really bad liar. Have people told you that before? Like, the second you tell a lie, like, they can tell, like, on your face that, because the second you lied to the number 3, like, I don't know if you heard me clicking, but I had to, like, turn down the sensitivity because you were starting to go off the page. So, that is what I need to see as a polygrapher, because that tells me that you know it's wrong to tell a lie.
He knows it's
You
over
actually
with.
have
That's
an
what he
instant
knows.
reaction when you lie, so that is awesome. So thank you for being a horrible
Okay,
liar.
I didn't
No,
feel
that's a
like
good
that.
thing. That's a good thing. We don't want to be good liars, so thank you for being a horrible liar.
He is
And that just shows me
terrified.
that, you know, obviously on the test when they're asking, you know, significant stuff about your wife, if you're lying to that, it's gonna be even 10 times more amplified, so I
Oh.
appreciate
You
that.
You see him shaking his
I
head? He's
appreciate-
like, man, that's not good news right there. That is just terrible to hear.
that very much, more than you know, so that was awesome. So let me get the questions to the test up. If you want to take a drink of your water, just to kind of,
You're fine.
you're good?
Yep.
Okay. So, do you have any other questions about the questions of the test? Okay. So we're going to ask these sets of questions. We have to ask them at least 3 times, so we call them charts. So we have to do at least 3 charts. We can do up to 5 charts depending on, you know, if you're not giving me good data for some reason, or you're moving or something like that, we could do up to 5 charts, okay? So hopefully we'll get them done in 3. That's what my hope is. And I imagine we will get them done in 3, so, okay?
Okay.
And the coolest thing about this is right now, there's only 1 person in this room that knows what the truth is. And in about 5 minutes, there's gonna be 2 of us, so that's the coolest part, okay? And
I
I'm gonna
remember
share
her
that
saying
with
that.
them out there, okay?
Okay.
So do you don't have any other questions or anything?
No.
Perfect. So you don't wanna take a sip before we start?
Oh, well.
This man's about to be so guilty, it is insane.
That's all right. I told you you're creating your own baseline, so you're good.
Okay.
No problem. Okay, so you let me know when you're ready to begin. During this part of the test, I want you to focus on the back of the chair, okay? Not looking up, down,
Okay.
side to side, anything like that. I want you
Was
to
I
do that.
looking- was I doing that?
Has a
Nope,
new spot
you
to
did
look
great.
at.
But obviously the clipboard is gone now, so your area of focus is gonna be like in this area, okay?
Okay.
Don't like focus on something so intense that you, end up, you know, kinda going cross-eyed. Like,
Oh.
just make sure you don't do that, okay? Just kinda
Okay.
look around, like, right in that area, okay? Do you remember those questions that you have to lie to?
And before 2018?
Right. And you remember you're gonna tell a lie to those questions?
Yes.
You're gonna say no?
I'm gonna
You're
say
tell
no
a
to
lie?
anything that says before 2018, as regards to before 2018.
Right, and you're gonna think about the
Okay,
lie that you're
yeah.
telling, right?
Yeah, after you ask the full question, yes.
Yep, perfect. All right, you ready?
Oh, so he still has to insert lies in throughout the real test. Yo, this is interesting.
Okay, face
Let's see how he does. We know, but let's see.
Face still. The test is about to begin. Please remain still. Do you understand I will only ask you the questions we have discussed?
Yes.
Your head still? Regarding Shanann's disappearance, do you intend to answer all of the questions truthfully?
Yes.
Is your first name Christopher?
Yes.
Just breathe normal. Before 2018, did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about?
No.
Did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance?
No.
Were you born in 1985?
Yes.
Before 2018, did you ever say anything out of anger to a loved one?
No.
Are you lying about the last time you saw Shanann?
No.
Are you now in the state of Colorado?
Yes.
Before 2018, have you ever wanted to hurt someone to be even with them?
No.
Just breathe normal. Do you know where Shanann is now?
No.
His eyebrow moved. I just saw it.
This portion of the test is complete. Please remain still while I take the instrument out of operation. You can relax. How do you feel?
Horrible.
Horrible?
Nervous.
Yeah?
Just like trying to look at something without nothing there.
the chair thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it gets kind of weird, like, that's why I always tell
You
people
just
not to
failed
try
the
to go.
crap out of that polygraph test. Get in the
Wow.
cell.
My feet and trying to
Straight
get
to the
ready,
cell.
Do you feel like you're in a good position right now, as
Yeah.
far as how
I
you're
just-
sitting and that
yeah,
kind of
I
stuff?
feel like it's okay.
Okay.
Just not used to this.
Do you have any issues with the questions, as far as you physically causing Shanann's disappearance? Is there anything that you were like, I don't like how that question's, worded, maybe,
No.
or does it cause you, or you know exactly what I'm talking about?
I know,
and what I mean?
I'm there.
Okay, and as far as, the last time you saw her, talking about in the bed,
Yeah.
when you saw her makeup coming out her face, and then if you know where she is now,
Yeah.
having direct knowledge of where
Mhm.
she would be at this moment, okay? Okay. So, do you wanna take some drink of water, or are you ready to start the second chart?
I'll take some water.
Okay. You probably want that Mountain Dew now,
Mm.
don't you?
I made everything, stable.
Yeah. You feel good like that?
Yep, I'm pretty good.
Get over there, but- Ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna move this up just a tad. There we go. During this test, on the last test, you're breathing really funky, so please just try and do normal breaths, okay? We can't have deep breaths or,
Oh,
stuff
no
like
deep
that.
breath? Okay,
Mhm.
sorry.
So that's okay, just breathe as normal as possible, okay?
Okay,
During the
I'll
whole
get some.
test.
I'll get some, okay.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Pressure is setting in. Starting to
I'm
crack.
not confident.
Starting to break under the pressure.
Lay right.
Okay. So we're gonna get started, so stay still.
And I liked how when there was like an outside noise, she mentioned this too. The phone was ringing. I don't know if you caught it. She stopped and waited till the phone stopped ringing before she asked the next question. So she is very serious about that part. Let's see what she's gonna ask him though.
The test is about to begin. Please remain still. Do you understand that I will only ask you the questions we have discussed?
Yes.
Regarding Shanann's disappearance, do you intend to answer all of the questions truthfully?
Yes.
Are you now in the state of Colorado?
Yes.
Before 2018, have you ever wanted to hurt someone to get even with them?
No.
He is breathing hard. I can see it now. Like his head is dropping and stuff. He's breathing so hard.
you lying about the last time you saw Shanann?
No.
Is your first name Christopher?
Yes.
Before 2018, did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about?
No.
Do you know where Shanann is now?
No.
Were you born in 1985?
Yes.
Before 2018, did you ever say anything out of anger to a loved one?
No.
It's pretty normal. Did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance?
No.
This portion of the test is complete. Please remain still while I take the instrument out of operation. You can relax. I think we should be able to get in one more chart, but I really need your breathing to be normal.
Okay,
You are like all
sorry.
over the place, so.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Like sometimes I feel like I'm not breathing enough and I'm like, like that. I don't want to do that, so.
Yeah, yeah. I just need it as normal as possible and not
Okay.
fluctuated, okay?
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I just want to be able to get it done for you in one more chart instead of 3 more. So,
I
yeah.
don't want that.
I guess I was wrong about the phone thing, because it rang again, and she just talked over it, so.
I know you don't want that.
I know yeah. I think she said I gotta do one more, though. So I guess they asked him 3
I know I
times.
sound like a broken record, but I have to ask you again.
Okay.
Any issues with those questions on the test?
No.
You know exactly what I mean when I ask you
Yeah.
about physically causing your disappearance, last time you saw Shanann,
Mm-hmm.
and, if you know where she is now.
Okay.
No question about those?
No.
Okay.
I saw what she was saying about the
Okay.
breathing. Like, his head was like bobbing. He was breathing so hard. I was like, yo,
Okay.
Good.
he looks like he's about to fall out the chair.
Do you think breathing through the nose or breathing through the mouth matters?
It doesn't matter, just breathe normal. Stay still. The test is about to begin. Please remain still. You're disgust.
Yes.
Breathe normal. Regarding Shanann's disappearance, do you intend to answer all of the questions truthfully?
Yes.
Were you born in 1985?
Yes.
Before 2018, did you ever say anything out of anger to a loved one?
Yes. No.
He already fumbling.
Do you know where Shanann is now?
No.
Breathing really hard on that one.
Are you now in the state of Colorado?
Yes.
Before 2018, have you ever wanted to hurt someone to get even with them?
No.
Did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance?
No.
Is your first name Christopher?
Yes.
Before 2018, did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about?
No.
Are you lying about the last time you saw Shanann?
No.
Portion of the test is complete. Please remain still while I take the instrument out of operation. Alright, how'd you feel? Same as all of it?
I think it was the same through everything.
For you.
It's kind of hard to relax.
I know, I get it. Kind of stick that leg straight up for me.
You could see like the difference between when he's telling the truth and when he's lying just a little bit. Like it was sometimes he would just like move his eyebrows or something, like he would just get a little twitchy like in his facial area every time.
I just felt like my feet.
It seemed like, and then his breathing was all over the place.
You got flip-flops on.
I don't know, I'm a hot person.
Can you put your arms up like you had them before for me? Perfect.
I think we know what the results are going to be, but next they got to confirm
I
with
need to
it.
go grade this.
Okay.
So I will. Do you need to use the restroom or anything again?
I'm good right now.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my monitor with me.
Okay.
Are you good with your water? Or you want another drink?
I'll just.
Grab a Gatorade?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Can we get that door? Or you? Okay.
I got it. Thank you.
Yep.
It's the moment of truth. I mean the real truth, not this mess he's trying to convince people of. And she said it too. She said, if you have something to do with this, you're really stupid
Hey,
for
sorry,
coming.
my
Fine,
computer was being a
You're fine.
turd.
Trust me.
Like he
He's gonna
really
pack
thought
this
he
up,
could beat the lie
and
detector
then,
test.
The FBI guy Graham,
Okay.
that you've been talking to, he's gonna come in and we're gonna chat, okay?
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yep.
You need anything? Crackers, water, Mountain Dew? I totally will give you a Mountain Dew.
No, I'm good.
Ruin that streak for you.
Can't break that streak.
No restroom or anything?
Not right now.
Okay.
My dad out there, is he leave?
I bet, Grandma?
Okay.
I'm not even sure. I'm sure hotels. We come packing hard, so it takes a while to pack all this stuff up.
Okay.
Now in the thumbnail, I think his dad was in there with him. So I guess they make him confess in front of his dad
You
too.
might turn my phone on now.
I don't
or
remember all that
leave it
part.
be.
Or all of that.
It's up to you. If you want to, that's fine.
Tell her,
Right,
her mom probably tried calling me probably
Oh, yeah.
at least 5, 6
I think
times.
she's called the detective quite a few times too.
Okay.
I don't blame her. Did she know you were coming in here today? No. Who knew you were coming in today?
Nick and Amanda, 'cause I was at their house, and then my dad.
Oh, okay. What'd your dad say about it?
So just do what they ask. Just ask like whatever questions they have. Just do what they ask.
Mhm.
That's my favorite
And you
picture.
did.
This is my
Oh, let me see.
favorite picture.
Oh my god. They're adorable. They're way bigger than I thought. I think I saw a picture of them on the news and they were much tinier.
Which?
I don't know if it was a family photo or maybe.
Okay, that was this year.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, they looked so much smaller.
And what's crazy is that right now she knows that he has something to do with it. So like she has to still keep a poker face pretty much and like talk with him and everything and pretend like she doesn't really know, because in a second they are going to drop the hammer on dude. As soon as she comes in there with a detective, I remember this part. He's gonna say, "You failed the test."
Oh, there's no trash can in here.
Oh, that's okay. I'll take them out. Do you want another one?
Oh, no, they're fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna grab that pad that you're sitting on.
Okay, sorry about
Sorry.
that. Well, I even tried to turn my phone on. There's like no service in here.
Oh,
My work phone, yes, because it's Verizon, but
Oh.
AT&T's like dead over here.
You still getting stuff from work, like, you need to be doing this or that?
No, just everybody's checked out now, as far as for the day.
Did they tell you that, like, when you
Well,
were ago?
we have a group me app,
Oh, uh-huh.
so like, like I usually send out a text about 1:30, so everybody's doing. And about 2:30, the domino starts to fall, people start to check out and everything. There's always
I'm out
like,
here.
there's always that one person that's like, like, I do I check out now or wait, and I don't be the first one to leave and all that kind of stuff, so.
Do they feel bad if they're the first ones to leave?
One of the guys usually does, but there's always one guy that likes to stay and try to justify overtime too.
Right.
But they've been very supportive.
Good.
Like there was a
Then that lets you know that that's the place you should be working. You know?
yeah.
I think someone talked to Luke and he was like, you know what, family first, whatever, so it makes you feel good, you know, that there's
Yeah.
bosses out there that are like that.
Yeah.
Because you don't always find those people.
Mhm.
I'm gonna run this stuff out real quick.
Okay.
Lots of junk in here. Did you miss a bunch of calls from Shanann?
I can't tell.
Oh.
There's no service. Once I get out of here, it'll probably just blow up.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, do that.
You ain't going anywhere. Nice cozy jail cell.
Oh my gosh, I did forget part of it, didn't I? So I brought Graham in here because we want to talk to you about the results, okay?
Okay.
So, it is completely clear that you were not honest during the testing, and I think you already know that. You did not pass the polygraph test.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need to talk about what actually happened. And I feel like you're probably ready to do that.
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise.
Chris,
I know.
Chris, stop. It's time. Just
I'm-
stop for a minute. Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath right now.
reason you feel sick to your stomach. And when people hold stuff inside, it makes you physically ill. And I can just tell on your face, I could tell from the second you walked in that you were wanting to just come clean and just be done with this. And I appreciate that because you knew sitting down in that chair that you weren't going to pass today, and you knew I was going to find out because I told you that, and then you continued to stay knowing that you could at the end say, you know what, I just need to get this off my chest. Like, I just need to tell you what happened. We're not here to play games, we're not here to do any of that with you, we just want to know what happened. So can you start from the beginning and tell us what happened?
Everything that I've told you, I did not lie on this polygraph. I don't know how much I could tell you right now, like, I did not.
It's not even an option right now because you did not pass the polygraph, so I know you were being deceptive, so that's not even an issue right now. The issue right now is what happened to Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. That's the issue right now.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about that. I know you want to tell us. I can see it in your face. Holding this lie in is going to do nothing for you.
I know this. Like,
Okay.
I'm not, like, trying to, like, cover things up, like...
Yeah, but you kind of are, because it's normal. Normal people would do that. Normal people that make a mistake initially are going to go, I don't know what you're talking about, I didn't do anything. That's normal. I would expect that. It's just like if you ask your kid, you know, did you write on the wall? And they go, no. And you're like, you have a marker on your hand, like, I know you just wrote on the wall. And they're like, oh, okay. That's a natural reaction that someone's going to initially lie about something like that and then eventually tell the truth. So this is your eventually telling the truth time. This is where the rubber meets the road, Chris. Like, don't let this continue any longer, please.
I'm not trying to make anything continue. Like, I want them back home, like...
But you know they're not coming back home. You know that.
I don't know in the back of my head. I hope they come back home.
But you know they're not.
I hope they come back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know they're not coming back home.
Chris, Timmy, and I are confused, okay? And here's what we're confused about. I told you that we've done some work overnight.
Yes.
I told you that we've got a lot of leads, okay? That wasn't a lie.
I know.
We know a lot more than you think we do, okay? And here's where we're confused. You're this great guy, and I'm not just telling you that, okay? I'm telling you that because everyone tells us that, okay? We can't find anyone to say anything bad about you. Chris is a great guy. He's a good father. He's a good man. We're confused as to why you're not taking care of your beautiful children.
Right.
I'm not taking care of them right now.
Right now. Where are they?
I don't know where they're at.
You're not even acting concerned.
Honestly, I do not know where they are at. If I could have my babies back home right now, I would. I want them back. I want everybody back. That is the God's honest truth.
The silence. I know it's breaking them. It's breaking them down right now. Is my computer frozen, or they... No, the time is moving.
You're talking about your family, okay? We just can't figure out why there's two Chris's, okay? We talked about that last night.
Yes.
We just can't figure it out. There's a Chris, okay? If somebody asked me my kid's child routine, I would say, I don't know, go ask their mom. That's the truth, right? And so it is very surprising to me, and it warms my heart that you're the type of dad who can pack a bag in the morning, and you know just what to put in there, and you know just what to put in there as a backup in case they have an accident, okay? You know what the clothes to put in there, you know what they have for breakfast, you know what they have for a snack, and a dinner, and a nighttime snack. You can tell me the book you read to your daughters, okay? I know you love them, and you're not faking that, are you? It's real, okay? There's a lot of guys who come in here and try to tell me that, and I know they're lying, okay? Because they can't answer those questions that you can answer, okay? But you are here today lying about something else. So we need to talk about that, okay?
I cheated on her.
I know. And this is very good. Keep
I'm not proud of it. I didn't think anything like that could happen. I don't think I'd ever do it, but I did.
I know. Keep going.
And she accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it. Like, she was pregnant, and it was, I don't want to.
Yo, it's just like Daryl Brooks. This dude checks all boxes of being a whole scumbag. Cheated on his wife while she's pregnant. Gave her medications trying to make her have a miscarriage. Killed his entire family. This dude is the purest garbage.
I didn't hurt her. I cheated on her. I hurt her emotionally. I cheated on her. And
He said he cheated emotionally?
I feel absolutely horrible about this, but that's what I've been holding. When I didn't go to the Rocky game, I was with her.
Okay.
I went to dinner with her.
Okay. Keep going.
That 5 weeks I was alone, I was with her most of the time.
Okay. You're doing a good job. This is the Chris that I knew would come out today. This is the Chris who tells the truth, because you're a truth teller.
When I tell you I fell out of love, it's because I fell in love with her.
Absolutely.
Okay? I mean, that's God's honest truth.
Okay. Who is her?
So I don't want to get her involved in this. I don't want to ruin her life. Like, if something like this, I don't want her involved in this.
Okay. So can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
I knew that you would say you didn't want to get her involved. Because you'd like to take care of people.
She's a wonderful person. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, she knew I was married, yes. And I told her we were going through issues, yes.
Yes.
And I told her that, we were going to get, at the end, like, we were going to get separated.
Sorry, I don't know why that surprised me. I already knew that she knew that they were married. But I think he lied to her and told her that they were separated. Or something like
Once
that.
I figured out what that was, I didn't know what that was going to be.
I know.
I had no idea. I saw her, took my breath away, and I'd never thought in a million years that could happen.
I know.
I know you think I'm a pig or not, it was, I never felt that way about anybody in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Chris, that's not your fault, man.
No,
That's what I meant.
I'm just,
Well, can we do this? I know you want to take care of her because it's because you're the type of guy that takes care of women. It is. You took care of your wife, you took care of your daughters, you were very good at taking care of her, and you want to take care of her. So can we make a deal? I don't think this girl did anything to hurt anybody, but I can't walk out of here wondering. So can we leave her out of it?
Okay.
And get back to your wife and your daughters.
okay.
Right.
That I do not know. That was what I was holding back. Like, I didn't know, what I did. I know.
Chris, in the interview today, you weren't asked about infidelity. You were asked about.
I was
Where
holding
your
back
wife?
from last night.
Where's your wife?
That's
When
what
you
you
talked
feel
to
today.
That's not how that works. You would have reactions to every single question, not just the ones that we talked about being important.
Like the ones you wanted me to lie about, is that what you're talking about?
No, the ones about her disappearance and knowing where she's at and about what you about seeing her last.
I was not lying about those things. So,
Can I tell you what I think?
yes.
Okay. So, going into that interview today with Tammy, where we strapped you in, we knew all about Nikki. Okay? All about her. And you're doing a very good job right now, because you didn't have to tell us about it, but you did.
I couldn't hold that in anymore.
I know. We could see it in your chest
I
and
can't.
in your eyes. Okay? Here's the challenge that we have. We knew about Nikki, and so we didn't need to ask you about her in the polygraph. We just didn't need to, because we knew. Okay? And so that's why we didn't ask you, because we already knew the answer. Okay? We're very, very worried about your daughters and your wife.
I am too.
Okay? So can I tell you, maybe based on the people that I've talked to, and Tammy's talked to, based on all the investigations we've done, based on your cell phone, both your cell phones, your wife's cell phone, Nikki's cell phone, okay? Based on talking with family members and friends, and based on talking with everyone, here's what we know, okay? And I'm not gonna lie to you right now, here's what we know, okay? Chris is a good man. Everyone said it. Okay, I'm not just telling you that because I, want to blow smoke here. You're a good man, okay? Nobody can fake answers about packing a backpack. Nobody. You either pack a backpack for your kids or you don't, okay? This should have been the happiest time of your marriage, okay? You and Shanann. This should have been the happiest time. She's
Right.
making a little money. She's making good money. You're making great money. You both have a job. You have beautiful kids. You have a beautiful house. You're in Colorado. Clean air, good people, okay? And on top of that, you look pretty good now. You're pretty fit, okay? This should have been a time in your marriage where you guys were happy and thriving and productive, okay? And I believe that Shanann's the reason none of that happened. I believe that she's a controlling person. Maybe doesn't listen to you as much as she should. I think that she can do whatever she wants and you can't.
I know the detective has to say this stuff he's just saying this to try to get him to open up. Before, when he was like having like a therapy session with him, like I said before, it's clear that that's the way he feels. It's like he felt like he didn't have control, and he finally got to feel that way, which is a load of bull crap. Like I said, you are not chained down anywhere. Okay? You can leave at any time, and that's really what he should have done, but I know that's what the detective is doing.
Okay? I think if you were to go to a restaurant, she would order whatever the hell she wants. And as soon as you order a nice steak, she says, "Whoa, buddy." Okay? A woman that lets her man do all of the backpack packing and all of the cooking.
I'll do all the cooking, but like she cooks I
Yeah.
do like some things here and there.
Okay? That's because you're a good person, and I think that she started on the path to leave the marriage. Okay? It's ironic that we're talking about you and Nikki. I think that she was the one who started on that path first. What do you think about that?
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Okay. And the other thing I think is interesting is, even though she is that type of person that's controlling, doesn't listen, does what she wants, is walking away from her kids, here you are defending her. Because to your core, you want to take care of the people you love. Okay. And that's the reason why we want to give you an opportunity today to just help us find them. Okay? Will you do that for us?
I'll do whatever I can to help to find where they're at.
Okay. So when she asked you, do you know where they are, or are you going to tell the truth about where they are, you failed miserably.
Okay.
Why?
I'm a nervous person. Like every question I asked, every question, it felt like I wouldn't say the right thing.
That's not how the polygraph works.
I don't know what it reads like. I know she was saying about the autonomy of the process, but like I don't know where they're at.
Chris, right now your dad's outside. He flew across the country to help you. Okay.
Man. think he's gonna confess in front of his dad. I think when they bring him in, because in the thumbnail, they showed his dad like with his arm around him, with it, and he had his like head in his hands and stuff. So they'll probably bring his dad in, and that'll finally make him like realize that he should just admit it, you know, because this is all some sick stuff that he did. Like he really needs to just go and rot in the cell like he should be.
You lied to everyone you talked to, and they all bought it. Will you please help us find your babies?
I want to find them. I've told you over and over, I want to find everyone.
Can we go back to that night?
Yeah.
You know that we have texts, and we know that there's an Alexa in your house,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that those are trained to record distress.
Okay.
What?
You
Do they have-
know the content of Nikki's text messages and your text messages and Shanann's text messages, okay?
I didn't know you knew where Nikki was until right now, so.
Okay. Tell us about that night again, and please tell the truth this time.
I told you the truth. I promise I've told you the truth. Like, I woke up at 4 o'clock. I woke up at 4 o'clock. Got dressed, got ready. 4:15, me and Shanann talked. About the house, about separation.
Did you guys talk about Nikki?
She accused me of like, alright, well, you know, is there somebody else?
Sure.
I didn't say it.
You denied it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she brought up, like, you know, like, well, was there a $68 charge on dinner the other night?
Okay.
Was there 2 of you?
And that was with 2 of you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's Nikki.
Okay, so it sounds like at that time there was maybe you weren't quite ready to just say,
I-
this
I-
is everything.
I couldn't say it.
Okay.
We were already crying hard enough. I couldn't say that.
Okay. What did you say?
And how cowardly is that? I do believe this. I believe that he was too scared to just say outright that like he wanted to move on, and so he took the coward's route and just tried. Well, not tried. He wiped out his whole family. He just seems like the type of dude where he's too scared to say it.
I just told her, like, this separation has to go. I want separation.
Okay. Was it her idea to sell the house or yours?
She initiated the realtor the week before in an email.
Why?
Because
Okay, my bad. I'm pausing like a lot this time. I do feel like he was trying to like psych himself up to hate his family because he just wanted to be with that other woman so bad. When in actuality, if you hate anybody, like, you don't have to do what he did. Like, it doesn't make sense.
we were talking about the marital issues. She's like, well, you can't afford to live on her own. Well, she can't afford to live on her own, and I can't afford to live on my own. So she's like, we need to just contact Ann and
Okay.
see.
And who'd you contact?
Well, she contacted Ann, our realtor.
Ann?
Yeah.
Okay. Would Ann say the same thing, that your wife initiated the contact? Okay.
She would. And then on Monday, I texted her to see if what she could do.
Okay.
And that's in there too. You probably already knew that.
Tell me about the pregnancy. Was that your idea or hers?
She said she was about 80-20. Well, when we did the pros and cons of it, like after she got pregnant, she told everybody that it was mainly my idea.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted a boy.
Did you want to get pregnant?
Hmm?
Okay.
And then after the fact, she said it was mainly me that wanted it, and she was about, she was 70-30 against it.
So he wanted a kid, but then ultimately was angry that she got pregnant? What?
At that point, like,
Alright,
she would tell
let me
her
just let
friends
him
that.
tell this
Yeah.
story.
And I was just like, what, 70-30 against it? Like, why?
Okay.
Let me just, I'm not sure if I'm hearing it
That
right.
was mainly my idea. Well, she contacted Ann, our realtor.
Ann?
Yeah.
Okay. Would Ann say the same thing, that your wife initiated the contact? Okay.
She would. And then on Monday, I texted her to see if she could, what she could do.
Okay.
And that's in there too. You probably already knew that.
Tell me about the pregnancy. Was that your idea or hers?
She said she was about 80-20. Well, when we did the pros and cons of it, like after she got pregnant, she told everybody that it was mainly my idea.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted a boy.
Did you want to get pregnant?
Hmm?
Okay.
And then after the fact, she said it was mainly me that wanted it, and she was about, she was 70-30 against it at that point. Like, she would tell her friends that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what, 70-30 against it? Like, why?
Okay. Can you understand that some of this just doesn't make sense to us?
Makes no sense at all.
How is it possible that a woman and 2 kids are just completely gone off the face of the earth?
I promise you, I have nothing on my hands I did nothing to those kids or her to make
Those
them vanish.
kids.
So tell me what happened then. I believe you that you did nothing on your hands. What happened?
When I left, I mean, it's on video that I left and I was in my truck. I didn't load anything into my truck besides my tools, my container, my book bag, my water jug, my lunchbox.
Okay. But then what happened?
I drove out of the driveway.
No, before you drove out of the driveway. What happened with your wife and your kids?
I didn't do anything like that. They were still in the house.
Where are they? Where did they go?
I don't know, sir. I really don't know.
Your wife's not the type of person to vanish.
I know she's not.
She had 10 things on her schedule that meant she was going to be there the next day, that day, the day after that, with friends, with a doctor. Okay? She didn't leave because she wanted to.
Okay.
So what happened?
I didn't do anything to her or the kids.
Was it an accident?
I didn't do anything.
Was it an accident?
There was no accident. I don't know if there was an accident in the house. I wasn't there for it.
It's a big deal if it's an accident, because we can work with that, Chris.
No.
This is
There's
once
no-
again devolved into
There's no,
him.
I did not cause an accident. I didn't do anything to my wife and kids.
This is once again basically devolved into him begging for his freedom. If he really didn't do it and they're accusing him aggressively, he should be agitated by that and say, what do you, how dare you say that I did this to my kids? How dare you say that I did this to my wife? But, okay.
Was it a misunderstanding?
There's no misunderstanding. We had that talk.
And then
There was a misunderstanding where I didn't tell her about the affair.
Okay.
I didn't. That
Okay.
was the misunderstanding.
Sure. Miscommunication,
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
yeah.
Good.
But I probably should have told her right then, honestly. I mean, everything was out on the table anyways.
Right.
I should have just told her right then. But I didn't, because I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
What was your plan? What were you going to do? I mean, how was the separation going to work?
Like, once we got separated, I would get my own place, and then 50-50 split with the kids. That's what I was hoping.
Mm-hmm.
he didn't plan for that.
What about Nikki?
Take it slow and just see if anything develops, like when I'm, at my own place.
Okay.
I just find it hard to hear you talk about just having this emotional, conversation with Shanann, and you're bawling and crying together, and you have not shed one tear in 2 days that you've been here.
Exactly.
Not one.
Exactly.
And help me understand that, because I don't get it. These are your baby girls,
Exactly.
and you have not shed one tear over them not being around.
It's insane.
Chris,
I
I lose my 4-year-old in the store for 10 seconds and I start to go panic. I have not seen any of that from you at all. Help me understand that.
I love those girls. I would never do any just because I haven't shed a tear. Like, you gotta
Yeah, no,
realize.
that's weird. Is that weird?
Don't look into that like.
Now he's making himself cry. You see what I'm saying? Like, even she picked up on it. You know, and I know the detective over there. He picked up on it. This dude is like, he's just in defense mode. He's not even trying to, like, show any sort of, like, emotion for the fact that his family is not here. Like,
I don't love my
Well,
kids. I
tell
love
me,
my wife.
explain to me. You're crying with your wife that you're leaving her,
Yeah.
but you don't cry that your two little baby girls
I'm
are
hoping they're
missing?
still around somewhere. I'm hoping they're still somewhere.
Yeah, but you
alive.
don't have them right now. You're
I
not
know.
reading stories to them at night.
I know.
You're not giving them midnight snacks. You're not giving them their medicine. You're not waking up with them in the morning.
I know this. Like
So that should cause you pain.
It does cause me pain.
But I don't see that. I don't see that. I want to see the Chris that cares. I want to see the Chris that, you know, feels bad about what he did and wants to, you know, get this off his chest and be done with this. And let us find your little girls so that they're not out there in the middle of a field or whatever somewhere. Like, don't do that.
I love those girls to death.
Then show us that. Show us that. Show us this Chris, not this Chris.
I'm not showing you that. I'm showing you the Chris that cares about his girls and his wife. Just because I haven't shed a tear, it shouldn't make you feel like that the love isn't there for them.
It's weird. It doesn't make sense to me.
I understand that.
You have to.
I totally see where you're coming from. Trust me, like, there's nothing. Just because
Chris, people can be pushed to the point where they do something that they regret. It happens every single day.
I know.
But part of what makes you a man is the guy that goes, I really fucked up, but this is what I did, and I'm going to pay for what I did, and I'm going to tell you what I did, and I'm going to be honest about it.
Chris, we can keep talking to you once we find these girls, okay? So once we find these girls and your wife, right, no matter how we find them, no matter what condition they're in, we can keep talking to you and you can tell us, guys, it's not as bad as it looks. And you can say, let me tell you what happened. I was never comfortable with you, Graham, or with you, Tam. No, I wasn't comfortable yet, but now that everything's known, now that these girls are found and Shanann's found, however they're found, it's okay. We can keep talking to you. Okay?
Chris, did Shanann do something to them?
No, I don't know.
I'm serious.
I have no clue.
No, you would have known, because they didn't leave the house.
Did
Shanann do something to them, and then did you feel like you had to do something to Shanann?
They were at the house when I left. They were there.
They weren't there. They didn't leave. They vanished.
They were
The
there.
only way they could have left is in your truck.
There's no way, because, like, I didn't just throw them in my truck.
You know your truck has GPS,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because you even told your boss, like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going through separation, or maybe staying
Yeah.
at a friend's house, whatever. You know that thing pings every 10 seconds?
Yep.
So we will know
You can't turn it
exactly
off.
I know.
And
where
your-
you went.
And your company's giving that to us.
I know.
Okay. Are we not asking the right questions, Chris?
No, you're asking all the questions.
What are we not asking you right? What are we doing wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong.
Did Shanann do something?
I think she did anything to these kids. We both love them with all our hearts. There's no way.
It could have been an accident. Something happened in the house that you know about. You failed the polygraph test, Chris. This is not about, did you leave and your wife vanished and you didn't know anything about it. That was not what you were asked, okay?
Okay.
We know that something happened to all three of them. But I want to know, did something happen to these baby girls first that you had to take into your own hands and deal with?
You had to clean it up for Shanann.
Chris, you gotta tell us. There's something that happened to these baby girls. Look at them.
I know.
He's breaking.
Before he came in, I was just watching videos.
We have no doubt you love these girls with all of your heart. I have no doubt. But we make mistakes.
And that's okay.
It's what we do with those mistakes that make us who we are.
Chris, it seems like you're thinking about it right now. What are you thinking about?
She couldn't have.
I feel like you cleaned up for her. I feel like that's the type of guy that you are.
These detectives, the detective and the polygrapher, I think that's what her title is called. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. But they are the ultimate duo. Like, the way that they're giving him these outs, even though they're not really outs, they're just trying to get him to open up and finally say, yes, like he did something to them. But I love, like, the way that they're just kind of like bouncing off of each other's questions, and like right after he finishes, he pauses for a little bit, lets her ask, and then like you can see him, or you can hear him breaking down.
Which one of you has
Gradually.
the breathing thing?
Well, they both have inhalers, but Cece has the EOE. Encephalitis esophagitis.
Did she have problems breathing?
Only like with her allergies and whatnot, like if she had anything next, but she's one with the endoscopies and everything and the surgeries I told you about.
Do you think she had trouble breathing that night? And Shanann freaked out? And didn't want to live without her baby girl?
I don't think so.
Did you hear about the homicide that happened in Aurora, where the guy beat that family to death with a ball-peen hammer?
Mm-hmm.
The only person that survived was a 3-year-old sibling. And that sibling grew up to be a total mess. No family, no mom and dad, no brother or sister, just her by herself. She says, I wish I would have died with them. And there are times that people freak out. I've seen it. I mean, I've been in law enforcement for almost 20 years. I've seen it. Parents freak out and they're like, oh my God, like, I can't have my baby girls live without each other. They're best friends. They're like twins. They're, you know, they wake each other up in the morning. And I understand that. We had a mom in Castle Rock that suffocated both her baby girls.
Exactly what he did.
She's like, my husband was going to take them, and she's like, I just couldn't handle. I thought I was doing right by them. I thought I was saving them pain. And I get it.
Why? Why was she saving the pain?
Because she didn't want them to have to live without their mom.
Chris, this is a weight that's going to be on you for the rest of your life until we resolve it tonight. Unless we can talk about this more tonight, this is going to follow you forever. I promise you, when you start talking to us, you will feel better. I know you already feel better about getting the Nikki off your chest.
Please don't like involve her in the news or anything like that. She can't do that.
You gotta help me.
I know.
Chris, we're giving you a lifeline right now. You need to take it. You need to reach out and take it.
Did they look like this the last night you were with them?
She had that dress on, like, on the 8th or 9th. It wasn't this, but she had that dress on. 'Cause I remember I had 2 buttons on the back. I'd take them off so I'd get her pajamas on that night.
Did you guys make sure they were warm when they left the house?
Make sure they were warm. They're always warm. They always have, when they're in their beds, they're always warm.
Okay. Were you guys taking care of them at the very end?
they're always taken care of. They never miss a meal.
Chris, you took them out of the house with their blankets and their animals. Like, that's because you cared. That's what a caring dad does.
This is so messed
I
up.
mean, I'm always caring for these kids. There's nothing in this for my life.
This is screwed up, man.
I believe that. I believe that, and I believe someone made a mistake, whether it was you or Shanann.
With their blankets and animals.
And you either cleaned up after Shanann, or you made the mistake, and, I mean, I want to believe that maybe Shanann did it, and you felt compelled to fix this so Shanann didn't look bad. That's what I want to believe. But I don't know, you're not telling me that, so it makes me think the worst. Like, did you do that to all three of them?
I did not do anything to these kids. Not do anything.
What did Shanann do to them? Tell us, Chris. Chicks are crazy.
Can I go talk to my dad or something?
Absolutely.
Do
you want to bring him in here?
No, I just need to talk to my dad. Like, he flew across the country.
Hey, Chris,
I can't.
how about this? If we brought your dad in here, would you please tell him what happened?
Can I just go talk to him? I've been in here for like 5 or 6 hours, and I'm like...
Absolutely. Chris, look at me, man. It's not going to feel any better. He deserves an answer.
It's your best friend.
There's only one person you wanted here most, and it's your dad.
Good.
What would you tell him?
I love him, and I just want him to be by my side.
Okay. He knows more than we do that you're a good man. And he knows as much as you want to protect your wife, Shanann. I think he would tell you to do the right thing. Before we get him...
Can I go out there and talk to him?
Well, I don't know that you want to do it out there, because there's a lot of people going through the halls. Should we bring him in here?
We'll step out. Okay?
Can you 2 minutes with him?
Okay.
Okay. Can we just ask a couple more questions?
I think he's going to tell his dad.
It seems like you're about to get it off your chest. Is there any way that you can help us understand more about Shanann and why maybe something happened, so that we don't get a bad picture about her? And what I mean is, what happened that night with her?
As far as like after I talked to her?
With the girls.
It's like when we were having that conversation in bed there.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I talked to her about the separation and the house, and she asked me about the affair, and
Okay.
and that's how that conversation went.
Okay.
She was distraught. She had like mascara run down her face, all that. I mean, it was emotional.
Maybe she did find out she already knew
Well, how
about
about
it.
this? If we bring in your dad, will you promise me that you'll talk to him?
I'll talk to him.
Okay. Will you promise me that you'll tell him everything? Would it be easier if you told him and he told us?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to be easy or not. I tend to think it's not. I think you're the type of guy that needs to take responsibility, because you always have taken responsibility. You've always made the right choice. So, I guess I'm just worried that if we bring your dad in here, that could distract you. What do you think?
Distract me from like talking to you.
Yeah.
I just need to talk to him.
Okay. All right. I know you'll do the right thing. I do. I don't know how long it's going to take. I think that you need to think a little bit more about that. Okay?
And you need to realize that your dad is not going to stop loving you no matter what you tell him. You are his child, and he will not stop loving you.
Never.
Ever.
And this is not the last chapter in anyone's story. At all. Okay?
Man, this is starting to get super heavy. I know you guys can see like the time stamps down there too. It says at 4 hours 49 minutes and 7 seconds he's gonna confess. So we got a little under a minute here before he starts spilling the beans. This is gonna be insane, and I think he does tell his dad. And after that, I don't know. Or maybe he tell. I'm trying to remember. I've seen this years ago. But he's gonna tell his dad, I think.
You know, he didn't want to leave you. Have you ever seen sometimes when an animal's owner dies, they stick around forever? I think that's your dad. Poor guy didn't want to leave today, okay? So, keep that in mind.
This is getting like.
He wants to hear it all.
This is heavy, man.
Alright.
And it's true. His dad will love him forever. But like what this dude did, man, it can't be. This is something that you can't just like walk away from, like kill your whole family.
Hey Chris, we're gonna let you have however much time you need, okay?
Okay. You gonna leave us in there or no?
Yes.
Okay. I know.
Tell what's going on with the thing, or?
And it's, polygraph failed it. Yeah, 'cause there's
Too much emotions.
So I mean, they're not gonna let me go.
Is there any reason why they shouldn't?
They know I had an affair. And they know. I can't complain about that.
Yo, his dad acts just like my dad. My dad talks and sits just like this. Hold on. He asked him something.
They know you had an affair.
I know he's gonna say it.
Anything else you wanna tell me, what's going on, or what might have happened, or anything, or you know anything about?
When we had that conversation that morning, it was emotional. It was told her about separation and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. What happened after that?
I went downstairs and I want to protect her.
What?
I want to protect her.
You don't wanna protect her?
I don't know what else to say.
What happened? Huh? She hurt him?
Yeah.
Man, this coward, man. Yo, he just said she hurt them. I completely forgot he's trying to work this angle where he's trying to say, the wife did something to him. I forgot about this.
What now?
God, not her.
You hurt her? She hurt him?
Yeah. And then
What now?
God, not her.
You hurt her?
And he hurt her.
Did they leave after that, or what? So she started hurting the kids.
Never.
Don't think you guys want to. One, just a little bit. Do you smell it? Or choking? No.
I didn't hear anything. When I was downstairs, I came back up and they were gone. I don't know, like me talking to her about that. Talking to her about separation and everything, about, like,
She lost it.
I don't know, like, what else to say, like, 'cause I freaked out. I had it. Those are my kids.
Still trying to save himself.
So she, found it that one time. You were leaving the place and going to work.
Mhm.
It don't even make sense to his dad. He said, so you left and went to work? I think he just said,
That one time. You were leaving the place and going to work.
Mhm.
why would you go to work after something like that?
She freaked out over the separation and everything.
Like, she laid back down, but that's when I went downstairs, but I heard like a little commotion upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it.
And then we went back upstairs and she was,
Never, I could see, like, she was on the opposite.
well, choking her or did she kill her?
They were blue.
Both of them.
Yeah.
She choked both of them to death.
I freaked out at the same thing. I don't want to say it though.
No, it's,
Man, I can't imagine as a grandfather hearing some stuff like this. Like, this is
I couldn't, like,
insane.
call cops about it.
Why wouldn't you call the police? They might
you
could.
want to do all the bodies off or something?
I mean, I didn't know what else to do. I
freaked
freaked out. I didn't know nothing else to do. I didn't know what to do.
So she killed Lucy and choked her to death. You lost it and choke her or?
That's just rage. I hadn't.
And he's still trying to work this angle.
Like, in her heart, I know she knew about the affair. She just was waiting for me to say something and for me to deny it again. I think she just lost it.
Hold on, man. I gotta take a break after that one.
That's when she went off and told her about it.
And that's when the crying, like, happened. And that's what happened.
I guess his dad is gonna go tell the detectives in a second. and then they'll come back in there and
She knows to let me told her about or confirm the affair.
they'll know the truth.
I didn't tell her how long, she just knew. She just knew. I could deny it all I want, she just knew.
Whole family.
Saying that she killed both of them over, was it the separation or the affair?
I think she just knew, like, the affair was happening, but I just denied it.
And that's sad too. He was denying the affair all the way to the end.
But you told her
It's
before
wild stuff.
that about separation.
But, you know, she was hoping we'd go to counseling or something. I didn't like my counseling.
She lost it. And another separation. Did she pick up the affair that morning too? She attracted babies. So sorry. So sorry.
I can barely pick up on what he's saying now.
No matter what.
It's the last time I ever see the light of day again.
Sorry.
It's the last time I ever see the light of day again.
That's true. It is the last time. He said that's the last time he's gonna see the light of day again. Just in case you can't hear, he's talking pretty low.
You know what yet?
Hmm?
That's random.
No, we're not talking.
She lost it over no separation.
Pretty much knowing the affair was going on, but we just profusely denying it.
You did. I mean, told but she more or less knew something was going on. She actually killed both her children. And you snapped. Well, I need to find a lawyer. See what we can do. Take the range. She did kill them.
What's that?
Woman.
You okay? You sure?
I guess he's just gonna admit it now.
Okay. Will you tell us what you told your dad?
After that conversation,
Taking the water right there, son.
no, you're fine.
Yeah.
After that conversation we had, and she accused me of the affair, she, in her heart, she knew what was going on. And she knew about the dinner the other night. It was too much for just me.
She knew about what now?
When I told her I went to a Rockies game,
Oh.
I went out to bed. I went downstairs.
And that's when you told her about the separation?
Well, that was when I was upstairs in bed.
Oh.
And told her, you know, what I wanted and to come on the separation. And that's what I want.
I have enough time.
I went downstairs and started packing up a few things. And I heard a couple things upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it. I continued to just, you know, own thing and get ready to get everything packed up.
Next.
I went upstairs and I was gonna talk to her again. And I saw on the monitor, Bella's covers were like pulled off and she was just laying there. And she was just hot. So I go over to CC. She was in there with her. On top of her.
Choking
Freaked out. I ran in there and got on top of her.
What'd you do?
She blew. Those are my babies. Those are my kids.
Why wouldn't you call the police then?
What happened?
Something to her.
Who, Shanann? Where were you at?
Right there. I put her back in our bed. Shanann.
In your bed?
Did he say he put her back in the bed? What did he say?
I put her back in our bed. Shanann.
In your bed? What happened next?
I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do. I was shaking. Like both my kids were blue and they were gone. And I'm just like blind, just, I'm not that person, like, I'm just like, she hurt my kids.
He's still trying to blame it on his
Oh,
wife
I
after
didn't do
all this.
anything to her. did. And I look at my kids, see what she did. I didn't know what to do. Where am I now? To find your babies. Did the hard part. All you have left is you tell us where they're at.
We can help you get them out of the cold.
They're gone. There's no bringing them back.
So where are they?
I feel bad for his dad, man.
At that first location I went to that day.
Where at?
That's every 319.
Where at? That location.
Right there off the site. Right there.
How did you pick that site?
First site I was supposed to take them there.
So where would we find them there?
I didn't know what to do.
I know.
I didn't know what to fucking do. Like none of this made sense. Why would she hurt my fucking girls?
So Chris, are they in something? Are they under the ground? Like, where would you find them? You take us out there?
There's no way I want to go out there. I mean, I will if you want me to. I don't want to go.
What if you and me and your dad
Coward.
just drove by and you could just say, right there, we could help you just get him out of the cold, you know, take care of him for the last time.
I'd feel bad for his dad in this situation. Lost his daughter-in-law, he lost his granddaughters, and now his son is gonna be put excuse me, is gonna be put in a cage for the rest of his life. You know, all because he was tired of his family and wanted to like start something else. It's sad. I feel sad for her parents.
I'm sorry.
I know you are.
I know you are. I know you came in today to do the right thing.
Like, it's
You didn't
crazy
have
how
to come in. You
sorry.
came in all on your own.
Don't think anything less of me.
Huh?
Just please don't think anything less of me. Talk to my dad.
What did he just say? Please tell me he didn't say what I think he just said. Did he not just say don't think any less of me? Hold on one second.
Don't think anything less of me.
Huh?
Just please don't think anything less of me. Talk to my dad.
Less of his dad. We don't think anything less of him.
Are they all three out there, Chris?
It's just you.
Okay.
What was she doing to Cece?
just on top of her. My hands around
what?
my neck.
You saw it?
Saw it on the monitor.
Okay.
And that's why I ran in there.
What'd she say?
Threw her off and saw Cece was already blue. Was not moving. And just that blind rage, I just did the same thing to her.
Did you ever go into Bella's room?
So put Shanann back in, that's no, when I saw her on the monitor, the way she was laying, the bed just sprawled out.
Is that when you packed up their special stuff? So where'd you put them? Get them out there.
In the truck,
Which part?
driver's side rear,
In the passenger compartment?
driver's side, in the rear, right behind my seat.
What were you thinking on the way out there?
There's, and the babies are gone. And I put my hands around my wife's neck and did that same thing. Just
Did Shanann fight back at all when you did that?
the rage that I had after seeing that, not much.
How do you know Shanann was dead?
Smooth.
Let me see.
How do you know Shanann was dead?
Exactly. This is why I say what he's saying makes no sense, because he could have called the cops after. You know, he could have called the police and they could have confirmed whether or not that was the case, or called the ambulance.
As I look on her Facebook page, like 2 days ago, they had this like 4 or 5 foot long baby doll. She had it laying on the couch with a sheet over it.
Shanann did?
Yeah. Before it ended up happening.
Yeah. That's a good point,
So
Ron.
I'm thinking it's not a plan. I don't know.
That's a very good point.
If I can't see it now, I'm blocked on hers. If you look on her Facebook page.
What did it say, or what was the
And she
caption?
said, what do you say to this? Something similar to that. And a tall baby doll about that tall was laying on one of her couches and had a sheet over across the head, all the way up, you can see his feet hanging out. Saying like Bella had done that. The kid went through that.
Do you remember that, Chris? What do you think?
Wait, I'm confused. Is his dad trying to kind of go along with him to say he saw like signs that Shanann was acting crazy with the kids already?
She made fun of it. Thought it was funny.
Did Bella do it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't think so. But I don't guess it up. I don't think she would do something like that. I've seen them have their dolls and stuff out on the floor and just covering up waist, something like that, but no
Okay.
covering their head and everything up like them.
I can barely hear what he's saying.
Or something.
It sounds like kind of,
I'm sorry, I lied to you. Commander. I mean, you knew what was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. You stayed for a reason.
Chris, Chris, you're a good man.
I'm not a good man.
Well, you stayed, you wanted to talk, you knew it was going to be hard, and you still stayed. That's what a good man does.
Stayed here for 6 hours and 11 minutes before.
Just staring you in the face.
We're glad you did.
I can see, I'm at rage would come out and see look her kids dead.
You don't know. You don't know when you look at you come out and see a move.
Once again, I'm not faulting his dad. I'm not going to say anything, off the wall about him. He doesn't want to see his son in that way. But I'm just glad when all the pieces came together, they realized he did do it. He killed the entire family.
I told you your dad still loves you, no matter what.
He wants to believe there was a method to this madness, I guess, in a way.
Hey, Chris.
Nothing will ever be the same again.
When you came in, was your wife on top of her right when you came in? So you saw it in person?
Because I saw the monitor, that's why I rushed in. So I went there to talk to her again.
And when you came in, she was right there on top
She
of
was
her?
right there.
Okay.
One of her hands on her throat.
She didn't know what to do.
Were you trying to save Cece?
Hard to glue in the face. She wasn't moving. Her head sprang overwhelmed like that.
So where did you put them out there, Chris? That's really important. Down in something, or they under something, in something.
I didn't know what else to do.
I know, so tell me what you did. I know,
I didn't know what else to do. I was so scared.
I know.
It's like my wife just did this, and I just did that. What do I do?
Right.
Or anything that I would do from there was just going to be just insensitive and just a horrible thing.
He doesn't want to confess what he did with his daughters.
Sometimes your body just kind of takes over and...
Just think about the way he disposed of his daughters too. A oil tank. That is just the most coldest, disconnected mindset I could even think. An oil tank. I feel like a part of him now, he doesn't want to say that much of it. He doesn't want to admit that he did even something that crazy, something that gruesome.
I'm looking at your dad now. Can you show us?
What's going to happen?
We're going to help him get out of there.
He's gonna rot in a cage. That's what's gonna happen.
Like, what?
Would you prefer that one of your coworkers?
Oh my God, no.
Okay.
I cannot have that. you and said that everybody thinks I'm a good man. They're gonna see this. You're like, what the fuck did you do, Chris? Like, what? Like, why didn't you just call the cops to begin with?
Well, they weren't in your shoes, they don't know.
I know.
They weren't living your life.
I know, but still, it's like,
People are gonna
I can
judge
never,
you
like,
We'll just go little steps at a time. How about that?
I can't have anybody show you out there, let anybody, no coworkers, please.
Okay.
I mean, they're just gonna form their own opinions anyways, once they figure everything out anyway.
We'll find it anyway.
We'll just take little steps tonight then. How about that?
Yeah, do you have to have any of them with you?
No?
No, we prefer you.
Can you and me and Tammy and Ronnie get in the car and just drive out there?
Just point general direction.
You just point it?
Take it from there.
Chris, I know they're gone, but they're still your babies, and you're still their dad.
You don't want them out there.
I don't want them out there.
And you don't want someone else to find them out there. You don't, I promise you. You'll take us. You give us a second so we can kind of get some things arranged. Do that?
Ronnie, do you mind staying in here with him? Okay.
What the fuck is this?
One step at a time then.
This is just fucking horrible. The problem is I don't even know if they believe me or not.
It is. Another thing. So you never do nothing to hurt your children. Never.
Wish I could tell what his dad is saying. I really can't tell.
That was your life right there.
Mhm.
Two little girls.
Her little girls. I might skip forward just a little bit until we get to they have the timestamps down here, so I might skip to the tank part, so 1 second.
Yeah.
He's always laying here, not
Yeah.
in county jail, nothing.
Oh, no, he may go there. I don't know.
They don't live.
I don't know how their procedures work here, so we're trying to figure that out now, so. This is a much more comfortable room than what you'll probably end up in anyway, so, I'd probably just chill here. Do you need anything else though, like more food? Do you want some more pizza?
I'm okay right now.
Are you sure? I'll get you more pizza.
Sure.
Okay. So you're saying no to
I haven't
pizza?
eaten, other than my 8-9 hours, so.
Okay.
She did an incredible job.
I'll be in touch with you tomorrow. Wherever you at, I'll find you.
That polygraph test pretty much,
Thanks, Ronnie.
sealed everything that not sealed, but it confirmed everything that they were thinking to begin with, like all the suspicions they had.
Hey, hold up.
I'm here.
Okay. So as the night goes forward, we're out on the scene, trying to recover your loved ones. So tell me again a little about that hatch. We have some guys out there who think that hatch is just too small. You think it's about what size? Let's compare it to this plate.
That's about, twice the size of that.
Twice the size of this plate?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it sounds crass, but did you have to kind of squeeze them in to get them down there?
I mean, wasn't right, I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to like describe it, but I mean,
Yeah. Feet first or head first?
feet.
Okay. And then, were their arms like this, or were their arms like this? Because you're holding their arms? Okay. All right.
Yo, this is crazy,
So, I know we've asked you 1,000 times, and you're probably getting sick of it, but we're very, very concerned about how to get those kids out. You can imagine, we can't really cut a hole in that tank because the sparks will blow something.
Yeah.
So, I just want to make very sure that you're 100% sure that they're in there.
Yes.
Okay. One in one, one in the other.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would you?
I wasn't making it at this point in time. I was scared out of my mind. I didn't know what to do.
Okay. So you carried one up, put her in. Did you shut it?
It just flashes.
Okay. Oh, it's just a latch.
Yeah.
And then went back down, got the other one, went up the different tower. Is that how it
That's
works?
the same staircase.
Oh, it's the same to get up to both?
Yeah.
Okay. And but the two different tanks?
Yes.
Okay.
So right beside each other.
Okay. All right. And you didn't have to. I know it's gross, but you didn't have to.
No,
cut them
no,
up or
no,
you
no,
didn't have to-
no,
nothing
no,
like that.
no,
Okay.
no.
All right. The one thing I really want to make sure is that you're doing so good right now and tonight. I would hate for, as we're trying to go out and get them, another accident happens and that comes back to you because we're out there because
What
of
kind of
this.
accident?
You know what I mean? Like, if they're out there and they're trying to get these bodies, if they're not even in there and we're wasting our time.
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay, they're in there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't want somebody to have a spark that blows something up, and I don't want that to come back to you. So
No.
please don't waste our time.
No.
They are out there. Okay. All right.
Is it staying here?
Yes, please.
Chris,
How did he not get the
come
death
stand up for me. I'm gonna have
That's
you
what
face
I'm
that wall
curious
over there. Yeah, just face it. Lift up your hands.
Do they have the death penalty in Colorado? I don't know it off the top of my head.
Okay, go and face this wall. Okay, go and face me.
And I did see they did a prison interview, so I will be reacting to that as well.
Okay, you don't have anything on you, right? Okay, nothing in your pockets? Okay, go ahead and face that other wall behind you. I'm just gonna search you real quick. Spread your legs. Further. Okay, turn around, face me. No earrings, necklaces, anything like that? Okay. Let's walk out this way. Go straight.
Never see the light of day again.
Go out that door to your left. Have a seat.
Yo, that description of how he put them in the tank.
Just gotta.
How could you do something like that? Like, how could you really do something like that? I will be reacting to the prison interview he did as well, so that will be coming up soon. Yeah, this was yet again another disturbing case. I'm glad he got caught. Like I said, he would get caught eventually, but I'm glad there was so many working parts that made it even tougher for him to like stay out for a longer amount of time, because he honestly didn't deserve that kind of peace. So it's good that so many people were working together and collaborating, the neighbors and everything, to get this dude in a cage where he belongs, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you did something good for somebody today. Hope somebody did something good for you. And I will catch you guys in the next one.